content over everything.
Yeah, it's not about why Jesus.
Okay, let's take it.
In religion.
Yeah, let's take it factually from where we should. Yeah, when we understand who our Creator is. Yeah, He wanted us to live a certain way, and He gave us certain laws and orders for life to continue, for life to be maintained, for life to keep being life. Yeah, but a system has come into place not because of Europe or white people, but because of a spirit. Yeah, that spirit came into place. Yeah, and then people accepted it, and we're now using it, and everything it's producing is death, and contrary to what our Creator wants. So there wasn't any name to it besides, first to start out was the Tower of Babel. Yeah, where the nations came together and said, let us also become something. We don't need to listen to our Creator. Yeah, right? So, fast forward enough of that, they didn't really have a name for it then. But as history shows us, a whole lot of groups went into all the worlds and continued the work. It became a franchise. You could do anything as long as you don't do what the Creator wants. They call it whatever you want. Give you any name you want. So that became the game. As time came on, as we can check in scripture, Satan himself cannot be accepted by everybody. Because if we don't accept our Creator, who is He? But since he now owns the earth, by default of taking it from Adam, he now has to grasp for control out of the hand of man for the rulership of earth, which was given to man. All right? And the Creator would not step in because willingly it was given to Satan by man. The Creator will try to intervene via those who allow him to intervene so he can do some work. Yeah? But the majority of the earth were, like how we have children, they start to grow up and you're starting to argue with them from the age of 4. They're starting to argue with them from the age of 4. They're starting to say no. You can tell, by the time they're 12, you're really afraid. By the time they're 15, 16, if they don't beat if they don't beat you up first, you understand? Everybody knows about it. Who has a child? Everybody knows about it. Yeah. And those of us who were like that, who then became parents, regret how we did it when we were doing it. We're like, damn, so this is what my dad was seeing, But that's what our Creator is going through with us as humans, yeah? So as the earth became bigger and bigger, as the book tells us, before the flood, all the intentions of the heart of man was always wickedness continually. Violence. The violence and the wickedness was just so that we can destroy life. Now it's a big subject, what is life? He's our Creator, but who are we talking about? That's why they give him a name, they call him God. Because once they call him God, you don't know what it's about anymore. When they say God, you're thinking of a guy sitting upstairs. But he himself calls himself eternal life. When you understand what eternal life is, you will change what you're doing.
How do people just all the way to the floods?
Say again?
People, how did they lose the way of God all the way to the floods? You know what I mean?
How did they lose it?
Yeah, it seems like there was chaos, and then God had to raise one man to go and talk to them.
Okay, Brother Kwame. All right, bless. You know that we're not personal about anything.
No.
Whatever is happening, we need to talk and talk. Yeah.
After work, I come next week.
What you say?
It started with Adam and Eve. Yeah, from my understanding, it started with Adam and Eve. They had a connection with God and all that, speaking to God. And then all the way to the flood, and it seemed like people weren't really having that same sort of knowledge of God or things like that.
There's nothing called God. You've got to change that. Yeah, if you don't change that thing first, you won't really be able to move
I
on.
see what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, because it conjures up an image in our head, as if it's just one guy,
Personifies him.
like that alone. And we're not saying it can't be, but we're saying they've now limited it to only that when we say God. So somebody, God. That's why atheists come all the time saying, you telling me there's a God somewhere. But you get, because they're like, why hasn't he helped anybody? Why hasn't he done? Because they're looking for flesh man. But when they understand it's us and his spirit and his power that sustains, don't look, he's all day with us. The light is out there now. Nobody's saying who switched that on. Nobody's saying that, like, hold on, who switched that on so that we have light right now? Who's going to switch the darkness on so we can rest? Who's going to make the water rain so nobody, as if nobody's controlling that cycle. They want to, no. We're waiting for God. Oh, is that you? Oh, no. The spirit of our Creator is what powers everything we do, what powers us. So man returns to the dust, the spirit and the soul given by him returns to the owner. That's the real man, the one that leaves the flesh. That's the real man. This is just what was taken from here, and will return today. There's a whole lot to remind us about him. But Adam gave away the earth, and he gave away the connection, which is the knowledge of pure truth of the Creator. That intimacy with him, the absolute knowledge and absolute share of dominion power, if you like. I know somebody's going to say, what's Brother Tai saying? No, he said, come, let us make man what? In our own image. You can't get no better than that. If he made you in his own image, what must you be? You must be him. I'm not lying, because we go further in the book. He says, if you give one of these water to drink, or you give one of these food to eat, it's me you've done it for. How can you say you love me when you hate your
brother?
It's all in there.
If you love me, give away your money.
Yeah.
Feed my sheep.
Feed my sheep. If you can do that, you represent me. You are me. So, it's no big deal. But people are looking for some flesh guy who they can be separate from. Like, that's God over there. So is this him? Yeah, look at him. And I'm not you, so go. But when they realize, no, our Creator is in us, we're in him, we can't be separated even in eternity. He's going to be suffering our own pain, because which father has a child and wants to see him burn in the fire? People they think God is one guy who just wants to punish you. Yeah, you bad boy. Hellfire is for you. No. But what's he going to do with us now? Because we don't want to do his will. You're going to take somebody in your house if they won't maintain your house? If they want to shit all over the toilet? Would you take them in your house? You wouldn't. You take them McDonald's in there and leave them there. Bro, it was nice to meet you in there. Bubble Bella, well, this brother didn't take me to his house. Well, he doesn't like you shitting over his toilet, isn't it?
Can I ask you a question?
Go on, bro.
Recently, did you hear about the Sarah and Imam Bashir kind of debate?
Yeah.
See, in that debate, Imam Bashir, who claims was a Muslim, he claimed he worships the one God, right? He was saying that Sarah is wrong for saying that God is in everything, because Allah is a part of us and separate from us, and we're not together. We can't be nothing like Allah.
Yeah.
But then he claims that Allah is the same God that's in the Torah. And what's your thoughts on that? Because obviously,
I like the question. The both of them don't know what they're talking about to start off. Yeah, my brother Sarah, he don't know what he's talking about, and he keeps meeting people who can't explain to him. So it's a mad mess. It's a mess. But Imam Bashir has a point. Imam Bashir has a point, but he just doesn't know how to deal the point. He doesn't know how to deal the point. Because he's going about calling the person, what? What's he calling the Creator?
Allah.
He's calling him God.
Yeah.
You're starting with the wrong thing already. You can't get anywhere. I came down here a couple of months, a year and something ago, to tell Sarah, you're using the wrong word to start to talk about something else. The Creator never called himself God.
That's a deep point, you know.
You see what I'm saying? Because you're asking the wrong questions, and everybody's falling into that thing. God, oh, boom, we're in there talking about something that's not even there. So the concept is wrong, the name is wrong, the vision of what they're talking about is wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. Now, Sarah himself needs to be brought in line with truth. Yeah, it needs to be brought in line with truth. You'll be doing yourself a favor by reaching out to Brother Ty and saying, come and explain these things. Yeah, because we don't want to make this into a debate all the time. Who wins? How come it's all about winning? That's all it's become right now. It's just become a game. Who wins? So, if you want to continue winning, listen to Sarah and listen to Imam Bashir. If you want to know truth, your Brother Ty is here.
There's a question that's always on my mind, in terms of predestination, that God knows everything. You know what I mean? And
Well,
questions I was asking, like the
predestination is different too, but I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why are we having this human experience since we're in this body, going through all these things when God knows them in advance, and then He knows the elected. He knows everything in advance, but then He says that the names will be taken out.
Their names.
Revelations.
Say that again.
The names will be taken out the book of life.
Okay.
So how does that compare with predestination?
Yeah, how does that fit in with his all-knowingness? Yeah. It's let's start with what people will say. Yeah, that's how religious people always answer the question. Yeah, it's a mystery that needs to be understood under tutelage. It's not understood under being ignorant about the thing. Yeah. So, just because our Creator knows everything, quote and unquote, don't mean He's going to stop you. Has nothing to do with Him trying to stop you.
About salvation.
Say again?
Salvation.
What do you mean salvation?
Do we affect where we ended, where we're going to?
Of course.
But then He knows that in advance.
Look, now this is the thing. Now, no, listen. You see, when we say He knows, you are the ones using that to mean that He is already predestined you. You are the one using that to say that.
This is all knowing.
Listen, come closer, brother. Come closer. Sorry. Just so I can hear you well. Look, all knowing is different to somebody predestining you. You got to really sharpen your word grasp. Yeah? Now, our Creator, don't forget, first you need to understand what we're talking about in concept here, yeah? All right? It's not a guy sitting down somewhere, all right? It's a power and a spirit, choreographed, it's so much to say about it that I couldn't even do it justice, like rolling off my head just easily right now.
He's a creator, because what we do here is just to transform matter.
Say again?
What we do on Earth, we're just transforming matter to a different form. So he's the one that just creates things from nothing.
You can say a whole lot of things about what we're doing here and how. You can say a whole lot of things and still be.
Conception of him.
Yeah.
He's the only one that can create.
That is the only one who has created. Yeah. He is the only one who has created all that we have. Yeah. And He has a purpose for His creation. Yeah. He has a purpose. Yeah. The only person who could answer a whole lot of questions with certainty was the man He made first. All right? The man He made first is the only one who could have answered every question perfectly without saying, I'm guessing this, I'm going to try and help you, because He was the only perfect man. Everybody else that came after Him is already blinded. So people are coming in blindness thinking they can understand something of perfection. Are you following what I'm saying? Now, some people might say, oh, that's a cop-out. It's not a cop-out. It's a reality. I.e., what we're saying is, black people, quote and unquote, are living all over the diaspora, and we know that the knowledge of self, identity, and so on and so forth has been what? Has been destroyed. All right? There's a brother here. He telling me he was taken from Igbo land. Well, if I say now, speak Igbo to me, he'll be like, I don't know, right? But does that mean because he don't know, he's not from Igbo land? Does that mean he's not from there? But unfortunately, the knowledge is gone. The knowledge is what? Now, if he would have asked his ancestors, whilst they were on the boat, they would speak Igbo quick. They didn't lose the knowledge. But there came a point when the knowledge was then what? Lost. Now, everything that they knew, can this brother know it? He can't. Does that mean the knowledge wasn't there? No, it means this man cannot have it now.
Didn't pass down to me.
It didn't pass down to us. So that's what we're going through when we're now talking about the relationship between those of us who are on earth today and what happened in the past. Who is the creator? Who is this? The first man would not have a problem to answer about him and his creator. It'd be like a man who had 3 wives. The first wife knows more about the guy.
Yes.
The first wife. The second wife, he will tell her less. This women.
The third one.
This women. The third one, he'll be like, yeah, right. They've taken too much already.
Yeah.
I mean, it could work either way anyway, but you know what I'm saying. So, we have a situation on earth where he says, those who, he says, how does he say it again? Anyone remember the scripture? Give me again. He says, if you want to find me, you have to seek me with what? All your what?
Heart.
All your heart.
Mind.
All your mind, all your soul, and your strength. Now, these people arguing about, are they doing that?
No.
How are they going to find him to understand? It's in the book. He says you need to seek me with all. Well, when is Sarah going to leave his job to do that? Because if he can, he will see what he's looking for.
In Ezra, no, in Baruch, it said you must see me 10 times more. He said see me 10. It says seek a creator
10 times more. You can't just wake up one day and start to say, I'm going to understand God, like he's just sitting down waiting for you. I mean, what do people know about the Queen of England?
Yeah.
She's there. She's sitting right there. She's sitting right there. Haven't we shook already? I thought someone's winding me up more morning. But nevertheless, isn't it? But nevertheless, isn't it? I know he's just trying to pass something to me, isn't it? Yeah, the Queen of England sitting right there. But how much do you and I know? And we're here in England. Talk to me. How much you know? She's right over there. Oh, no, come on, talk to me.
You haven't
Watching the book.
Yeah. You haven't finished learning about her, but you want to pass on to God. It's God now. Me and God are on the same level. So tell me about yourself. People don't think. They're not even fair in their approach, in their reasoning. Some people would hardly know their wives. Sarah, I'm sure, don't know how many teeth is in his mouth. No, I know. Well, I know he's probably counting now, isn't it? You all right, brother Hamza?
Yeah,
is it you or your twin?
How do you know I've got a twin?
Have you got a twin?
Yes, I do.
I've got a twin too, that's why I know.
I think we had this
You all
discussion
right?
since like days ago. How are you, my friend?
Not too bad. I've got a bad back, otherwise.
I've got a bad back as well.
Otherwise, I'll jump over.
How are
to
you feeling? You
I,
was
I
in
can't
hospital
believe it's
for-
you.
You disappeared for a long while. How are you?
I didn't disappear. I couldn't come here.
How are you anyway?
Not too bad, bro. Not
Yeah,
too
what was
bad.
the issue before? As in
You mean
hospitalized or something?
my dental thing started affecting my face and all that.
But you're okay now.
Well, you know.
Everyone gave you their blessings. Eh?
Yeah, some and more and some, innit? How are you, bro? You all right?
You know, life is life.
Bless.
Alhamdulillah, I'm okay.
You know, so we don't even grade ourselves to say, I hardly know about myself. I just want to approach the almighty majesty and just that just like he's some girl waiting on the corner prostituting herself.
Into my ways and not your ways.
I not your ways, my thinking.
My tongue and not your tongue.
And those he's talking to those who were seeking him.
Yes.
You know the thing is, as Ella said, we don't even know ourselves. And we don't take time off to know ourselves. And if we don't know ourselves, how are we going to know the Creator? Because the Creator said, I am in you. And if you don't know you, if you don't know yourself, you can't know the Creator. Because nobody don't know ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know. We close our eye and our eyes still open and we don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have dreams, we don't know our dreams, we don't know. You understand what I'm saying? We don't know ourselves. So much we don't know about ourselves. But that's the first step. If you can't know your Creator until you know yourself because He's in you.
I was having this discussion with someone, and they was basically saying that the colonization was a good thing because it got religion everywhere, innit? So my whole thing was this. They came into contact with a lot of different groups of people living their life who knew so much more about how to live in balance with nature, the environment, all these kinds of things. So I was like, who was really wise? Who had intelligence? But the thing is, I don't know. People had that mentality, innit? So what would you say about someone who lived a certain way of life that was, how would you describe would be the better way of life to live, right? But they don't follow the same doctrine as you.
It's in the book. Brother, I beg you, do you know that scripture where it is again, which says, those who keep the law without having the law? You know it? Those who keep the law without having the law. How does it go? I forget things easily, just forgive me. I'm going to pull it for you so that answers your question. Like, so you can see that what you're saying makes terrible, beautiful sense. There are people who still live on the earth as righteous as they can, without having the Torah, without having the Quran, without having religion, without having nothing. But when you look on the earth, you keep seeing the invasion of their privacy by the powers who have the Quran, who have the Bible, who have the Kabbalah. You keep seeing how these people are being pushed to come and live in the city.
Yes, Ty, that's right.
Because they don't want any righteousness left on the earth anywhere.
That's true. There was some people in Philippines that were doing some research on them, and they were living in the mountain, in the mountain, and they're living there. It's like they want to bring in publicity into that environment because they're invading their privacy. Like, why they living like that? But they don't have a problem living like that. Is the public, those people that move have a problem with them living that way? Yeah. You want to bring them into society, which they don't want to be in society.
You know, so I'm gonna try if I can remember where the thing is. So we can. I think it's in Romans somewhere.
I think it'll be important for you to bring it up.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the scripture.
yeah. I'm hoping I can find.
Well, another question after I always wanted to get you to talk about too.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what's happening in my. Sorry.
I say no one can debate Ty.
We don't even come to do that, mainly. Honestly, people turn it into that, but we really come to like.
It's about truth, you know. People turn it into a debate.
Now let's read it from. Would you read for me?
I'm reading my glasses out.
Okay. Just so I can focus on explaining while you read.
If I have my glasses,
yeah? Read for me anyway. Yeah. 1 second. Read from Romans 2 and 13. Yeah.
For not.
And read loud. Hear the thing. Yeah. Yeah. You see it?
For not the eater.
Not the hearers.
Not the hearer of the law. Or just before
the Creator.
But the doer of the law shall be justified.
So it's not just people just hearing it, reading it, but those who do it. Now, keep the word in mind, do it. It didn't say reading it, yeah, learning it, but just doing it, yeah? Like Nike said, just what? Just do it. Just do it. Read on, please.
For when the
Gentiles, yeah,
which have not the law,
when the Gentiles who don't have the law, yeah,
do by nature the things
Do by what?
Nature.
Do by what?
Nature.
Do by school,
Nature.
university,
Nature.
scholarship,
Nature.
going to the kebab shop,
Nature.
going to the mosque,
Nature.
going to the church.
Nature.
When they do by nature. You know.
The things contained in the law.
Hold on. They're doing the things contained in the law, but they don't have the law. Wow. Ain't that something else? It shows you we don't need the Bible anymore, do we? I mean, if you understand what I'm saying.
As I say, you are the book.
Because it's in the book. We're reading it in the book. And it says, if the Gentiles, not even the Israelites, it says if the Gentiles.
But there was somebody who was saying that when they bring the book to the children of Israel back in times, they were circumcising already.
Yeah.
So they were doing things pertaining
In the book. Without having the book. Then the people bring and say, no, take the book.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Because they want you to follow their ideas.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Read on. Read. That's the finishing, I think.
Contained in the law,
Yeah.
these having not the law or the law unto themselves.
These, where were you again? Yeah. Do by nature, let's read it again. Start again. Romans 2 and 14.
For when the Gentiles,
which
have not the law,
they don't have the law,
do by nature,
they do by nature.
the things contained in the law,
They do the things contained in the law without having the Torah. Yeah?
these having not the law,
This having not the law,
or a law
or a law, are a law
unto themselves.
unto themselves.
They are a law unto themselves.
Now they can govern themselves righteously because
They are a law.
in the beginning, the Creator said, come, let us make man in our image and give him the Torah and give him the Bible, give him the Apocrypha. No, he just made man in his own image. Man is already made. Everything is contained in him. He can go and be like his Creator.
Put himself in you.
Extend.
So you will present him.
He don't need the book. But because of disobedience and naysayers and people who want to say, I don't believe you, then let's write some of it down. Let's write some of it down and keep keeping it. And keep keeping it. But the destruction is becoming total. Because even though we keep it, we're still not keeping the law, either by nature or by the law. Then those who are in nature, they're doing a better job than those in religion.
Of course, that's true.
So when you meet an atheist, by far they're the best kind of people if they live in the right environment. But once we meet religious, we have trouble on the earth.
Confusion.
Too much war, all kind of mental.
It's madness. So we're getting ready for a period when they're gonna now, the world powers will tell us we cannot have religion anymore. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's round the corner. The freedom of speech is over.
In California, them part of law, you have ready to the Bible. No? Them say it's the offensive weapon.
You hear that?
The Pope even said it.
You hear that? If you read the Bible, it's offensive weapon. You hear that? In Nigeria, I checked the news couple of months ago. They say anybody who wants to start preaching has to come get a license.
Closed down a lot of churches in Rwanda as well.
Where?
Rwanda.
Rwanda. They closed them down.
Yeah.
Wow.
505,000.
Bravo.
Rwanda.
Bravo, New World Order. Bravo, New World Order.
It's in the news.
You hear that? It's round the corner.
It's
It's round the corner. It's over.
In which country?
Are you brothers Christians?
In Czechia. No.
Atheists? Well, if you can do by nature the things contained in the law, you be a law unto yourselves.
In Austria, they have closed. I think
That's the message for you today.
In Austria, they have closed.
Romans 2 and 14.
In Austria, they have closed 15 mosques.
They closed the mosque.
Yes, last week.
Well, there's one other African country. I don't know if it's somewhere down South Africa, somewhere there.
They banned the Bible in China.
The country so fervently wanting to close down Islam or close down the mosque. But the whole point is, They need somebody to start with so they can justify when they do it to you.
Yeah.
It seems like it's been engineered.
And Turkey,
Of course.
and Turkey is fighting.
Of course, it's engineered. You know, look, what we're saying in summary in this topic is this. The world has turned its back on its creator, yeah, by either ignorance or by default of our own disobedience, yeah? So, but while we've done that, then we're getting ready to accept a new global governor over us, who's now gonna tell us what to do, when to do, how to do, and so on. That's the whole point. But we will suffer that because whilst we have a chance to do righteousness, as we just read in the book, it doesn't take anything. You know, you family know that we are the most destructive, the most wasteful, the most selfish, the most egotistic, the most conflict-driven, ignorant. When we leave England, leave America, New York, Japan, Tokyo, when we go to places where people have nothing, they offer us more. They always offer us laughter, joy, purity, cleanliness, what do you call it? Innocence. Love. But we who have it all, we're wicked. Our women want to take our house. The children want to kill the parents.
Because of iPhones.
Yeah. It's all driven by the same spirit. It's not going to stop. Right now, they're getting ready for civil war.
You remember
Trust me.
You remember when they used to have, when you go to school, first thing in the morning they used to have devotion.
Yeah.
Bible you see in school.
In our days, you know.
You understand what I'm saying? But now what they say, take it out. When they say no, as a parents, you can't spank your children, but back in the days they used to whip you.
There's a different devotion now.
Yeah,
teaching
different
children
devotion.
how to wear condoms.
Of course. Talk
That's the
about
new devotion.
homosexuality is
Our
normal.
children are 5 years old to masturbate.
The other day, I was in the bus. Two young boys.
Be careful what you say, because they're gonna flag up content over everything.
Okay.
And say it's hate speech.
No, listen, brother.
No, I know. I'm
What I
just
was saying, we were sitting, I was in the bus,
Yeah.
and one two children,
yeah.
they're coming from school.
Yeah.
I don't even know what sex I have. He was telling the other one. I was just sitting.
Oh.
Yeah, he was telling
The child is telling the other
yeah, he
child
said, I don't even know
what sex I am.
have. I was explaining to my teacher, and he was saying that she thinks I'm a woman. But
Are you hearing
I
that,
was
family?
inside the bus. I was sitting there, and I was shocked. I was shocked, like I was paralyzed, because they were saying it out of ignorance.
It is the new world order.
The new world order.
You understand?
Look, family, it's time to run. It's time to get out.
Run where though?
Brother, look. You know what usually happens, yeah? They say you don't prepare for war in a time of war. You prepare for war in a time of peace. You're asking me now where? You won't when war starts. When it starts, you won't anymore. You'll just be running anyway. You know, people be like, bro, where you going? You be like, just hold on.
You're not even looking if there's peace there. You're not even looking if there's peace.
Yeah?
You're just running.
You understand? But I'm hearing what you're saying. The book tells us, Revelation 18 says, come out of her, my people.
So come out of it physically and spiritually.
Both.
It's a do not be partake in her sin.
So that you shall not
receive her plague. That means it's a spiritual and physical thing.
Both
Both of them.
Because I used to think, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of African all that want to go back and stuff, yeah? So I went back for the first time in a long time, yeah? A few weeks ago.
Where did you go? Where you from, say? Congo.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I went back, but then he's becoming like here as well.
It is. It's the sweep. That's what we were saying from the beginning. It's the sweep.
There's nowhere to run to.
There is somewhere to run.
You know, the thing is, I was saying to somebody, sorry, Ella, I was saying to somebody saying that, you know what, this is what they're doing, because I remember back in Jamaica, it used to be peace. You know what I'm saying? You used to have a disagreement or whatever, but there was peace. And in a lot of countries where you go, it was the same thing. I was speaking to a lot of people, and I said, they created a way a conflict in those countries to show people that who is not in that country. Because if you notice, everything that come out in the media is nothing good but bad. So what happened is in the media now they say that people who living in England and foreign, they don't want to go back to Jamaica because what happened is when something happened, they publicize it so much because they want people like scared of moving back because they don't want to. They even have regulation on how many money you're sending in your country. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. So it's like say, you want to where you going to run to? You know what I'm saying? That's the fear they want to drive in you. But as Elder said, when trouble fit you in Jamaica, they say when trouble fit you, pitney shot fit you.
When the trouble will start, you will see that there is somewhere to run.
You see somewhere to run.
It will look all right at that time.
At that time.
But must I tell us before it happened? He said, flee to the mountains.
Yeah.
You understand? The mountains in Africa. You understand? Their place in Africa, they were a peaceful place. You understand?
You see, what it takes is this. Yeah, what it takes. There's a book in Revelation. I think it's Revelation 22 or 21 at the end, somewhere there. It says the fearful, the unbelieving, and so on shall not get the kingdom. Because the whole point is we can see what's coming. Yeah, we can see it, but we conclude that there's nowhere to go. But we're not trying anyway. We're not trying anyway. We're not even trying. We just conclude there's nowhere to go. But that makes us, what do you call it? Accomplices. We're accomplices to the disasters because, you know, as you've heard the mantra before, the New World Order powers, they're not so powerful.
They're weak.
You give them the power like Adam did in the beginning. So once you're the one surrendering the power, don't blame God. It's in your hand.
That's why.
It's in your hand.
You know, have you heard of the Rothschild?
How are we going to say, hold on, I'm sorry, Uncle, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
How are you going to say, I don't want to go back to somewhere in Africa because there's fighting, but I'm waiting for here to start fighting too? Well, why don't you just be brave?
Of course.
And go back to where you think there's a better chance for everything to change around inside your head and you to infect somebody else with the same spirit, rather than give up and say, oh, we're stuck here now. Kanye West said a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, is that what you was going to say?
No, I was talking about the Rothschild family. You know, you see this Russian president, he's after the Illuminatis. You understand? He has banned the Rothschild family from Russia. So the Western world now, they are against him. You understand? You see in the last meeting of G7, he wasn't there. He instead went to China for a private visit. You understand? So that is what I'm trying to say, is that there are people.
There's some opposition.
Yes. And now Russia has been isolated because he is talking. He even said that I won't allow the devils to come and rule my Russia because it happened before, and that's why we are in a mess. So the Western world, they have accepted it, but we Russians won't accept that. So the guy, they're attacking him every angle. So even when what Kanye West said, he said the truth.
Look, before Kanye West said what he said, Brother Jeremy, before Kanye West, you hear what he said, when he said, when he said those who stay in slavery is a choice, Now, you can disagree with me, family. I'm not trying to upset anybody right now, We're analyzing current affairs, Before Kanye said what he said, didn't a movie come out in America saying what? Who remember that movie? Or before, I think after that. It was just two words. G starts it. It says get out.
Get out. Yeah. Get out.
Didn't a movie come out saying get out?
Yes.
Was that Kanye who made the movie? No. Now, what was showing in the movie? The movie was showing that we're deep asleep.
Yes.
The movie was made mainly for black people to get out of the hypnotism.
That's what Farrakhan has been saying. This Farrakhan has been singing all along. And he's saying, even before Kanye West, Farrakhan is saying the thing from day one, even up to today. He's saying the truth, and that, but nobody's listening.
Well, with all due respect, I think our elders should show by example and quit. You can't leave right now.
Yeah. Next week.
Hey,
All right.
see, bless you.
But,
Yeah.
But right.
anybody who is attacking Kanye
Yeah, no,
West,
I've been in town anyway.
anybody who is attacking Kanye West, the person has a problem because the person is not.
You're all right, yeah?
He's not living in reality.
Wagwan.
You understand? The boy said the truth,
Good
and the
chill.
truth hurts. That's the only problem with Kanye West. The truth hurts.
So look,
Understand?
the
Can I
guy
ask you a
has
question
said
about
it.
that?
Say again?
I want to ask you about that because I've had so much conversation with people, and I cause controversy in it.
Right.
But I look at it like this personally. I look at someone like a Nat Turner or a Harriet Tubman, or even up to the civil rights and all these people. To me, like Harriet Tubman said, I could have freed more slaves if they knew they were slaves. She killed her own husband because he was going to snitch on her. So my point is this: she made a certain choice. The people that followed her and didn't stay on the plantation, they made a certain choice. So my whole thing is, if people wanted to make a choice to change things, they could. Of course. So do we have a choice? I'll say yes, personally.
You know, and guess what? You see, the black so-called race, we have and had a special position in the whole paradigm, in the whole thing. We had a special position. You understand? Everybody knows that. We know that. Everybody knows that. Brother Theo, you're all right though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
comfortable.
you
Yeah,
should
but
come
there's a
down
reason-
more
there's a
often
reason for
anyway.
that.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
we want to.
I'm not saying that
Yeah.
the reason is okay, but it's a reason why they're comfortable in
Brother,
because
let me say something. Let me just cut it short. Look, Africa, for example. You understand? How many years is slavery? The slavery is almost more than 600 years ago or something like that. Okay. I will ask a question. Look at Africa today. Look at Africa. It's worse than the slavery days. And the thing is that they are still pointing fingers to the white man, which I don't agree. You understand? For example, how can we be blaming the white man from January to December for almost 600 years? No, let me come.
Start that question again. I like that phraseology. it's a seriously African type of phraseology. How can we blame? You do it yourself.
I said, how can we be blaming the white man from January 600 years ago to December 2018?
What country are you from?
All day
Doesn't matter,
long.
I'm from Africa.
What country?
From Cameroon.
Cameroon.
Yes.
So you was an ex-French colony.
Brother, I don't want to talk. I'm very angry.
No, but do you know that your
Listen,
your central government is still in the Bank of France?
Listen.
Yeah, I mean,
Listen,
we
let
know
me-
we
brother,
know all of that. We know what.
Listen,
Come on.
that's
We know all
important.
of that.
Let me
We know
tell
all
you.
of that.
What I
that
am
means that slavery is still going on today. 'cause
That's
you
what
can't
he's
deny
saying.
your
That's what he's saying.
economy.
Just
That's
confirm what I'm saying.
That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's even worse than the real slave masters. Because the people that are listen, the people, our African leaders, they are the one killing. Well, listen. They are the one killing, taking the money, bringing it here. You understand? And then take their secret fucking Freemasons inside Africa, which is satanic. You understand? Inside. That's why I don't even go. Church is not my business anymore because it is. They use this to hide all these things under, and then they destroy our own real African religion and culture, which we have refused to accept because we have all the nice cars. Or the white man will come. Oh, God is coming. He's talking. These people, I laugh and give ha ha ha. But when I came to Europe, I will tell you something. The first week I walked on the street. I was thirsty, and I saw a white man who was there with selling something. I said, please, I need water. Can you give me water? Out of ignorance, I thought he would give it for free. He gave me a cup, this small plastic cup. You know how much he asked me? £1. And when I drank the water, it was just like nothing. But when they come, we give them pineapple farm, build a nice house. Everything is there. So what I'm trying to say is that stop blaming the white man. Face reality. Face the truth.
It's the same thing what Elder was saying.
You understand? Face the truth. Stop talking about Christianity, Islam.
Brother
Talk
Jeremy,
the reality.
this is why.
It is worse than the slavery days. 600 years ago or 6,000 years ago, you are still blaming the white man till today. But you're not doing any. What? Who?
Who's culpable?
Because we are traitors. There's somebody who say wants your idea.
Wait.
It's different layers.
When
to
there's,
it.
when there's an African leader that comes out that wants to change the status quo,
Listen,
what
listen.
happens?
Listen,
why?
Listen.
Why?
You know why?
We allow it,
No,
or is it because
Yeah, one by one, brothers.
Let me
One
just
by
say
one,
one
brothers.
thing. I personally feel like, I don't know if he's saying it, I think what he's saying is basically the first, even if it's the first or one or two generations, fine, we don't know what going on, we're just dealing with these people. But after 600 years of the same treatment and the same corruption, the leaders know that these people are doing this thing. But they're thinking, my family is cool, my tribe is cool, and so it continues.
it's not 600 years ago.
I'm just giving like.
I know, it's an example.
Even if 3 years is too much.
Brother, it's when did Cameroon get independence?
We don't have independence.
Let's have
When did
focus.
they get?
We don't have
Let's have
independence.
some focus. Let's have some focus.
There's no independence. It's all superficial. It's no there is no independence in any third world
Why
country.
is that?
Because if they were independent, they shouldn't be dancing to their tunes. Do you believe you have independence?
Me?
Yes, your country.
My country, I'm from Somalia. We don't have
No,
independence.
me too. We don't have independence.
We don't have independence.
I don't have independence. I'm a free
We don't
man.
have economic independence.
It's called flag independence. Here's your flag.
Even in England here, you don't.
Here's your flag. It looks like you got it.
No.
Here's the medal.
Brother,
Here's the gold.
brother,
Here's the gold
I
medal.
want to tell you something.
Jamaica as an
White man is
example.
still at
I
fault
don't want.
because of
Listen.
the fact-
I don't have.
Let me use Jamaica.
I don't even have any.
One by one, one by one, brother.
Let me use Jamaica as an example.
So
Listen,
how can you say
my brother, let me use Jamaica as an
The
example.
Chinese people.
Them say Jamaica have independence 62. But the Queen City is Jamaica. So what kind of independence is that?
Yeah, exactly.
I say, brother, they give a flag to wave. I see Jamaica
That's why you
flag.
call flag independence.
I want to say something.
Here's your one. Here's
Last
your
week,
flag.
I said to
And they
somebody,
do it.
Yeah.
there is nothing about Africa that interests me. It doesn't mean that I don't love Africa, but because I said I have to think of myself, that problem is more than me. You understand? It's more than headache.
way over your
It's more
head.
than cancer or
My
headache.
brother,
Listen,
I agree with you. You are a small man.
I go to my country. Listen, I go to my country. They don't even want to accept me because I have a European passport. It's not my fault. If they
start treating you different.
Like a foreigner.
They treated me like a
foreigner.
criminal.
Look, it's a game. It's a game plan.
You understand?
Listen, brothers. Listen, brothers. It's a game plan on the earth. All right. It's to make sure that those of us who are out, who know, cannot come home to teach those who don't what, who don't know.
But what did they? It did passport.
That's it. That's why they make sure when
But if you go to that port, you have to have a pass to go to that port.
it's a intergovernmental agreement. Now you may be from Somalia right now, yeah.
We are people. We are slaves with a passport.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the thing is,
They're all educated outside the country.
America or whatever. You get me? So they're all outsiders, but they come back.
look,
And then they try and
To administer the country on
I
behalf.
want to say, brother,
of where they've been.
I want to say something. My president,
You can tell it's a game.
the president of my country,
And you can see it's a game, right?
they gave him condoms full of HIV.
The people
I'm saying this, the camera is
The people back home who can't have the
They
access.
gave him money.
Let me let this brother
And they
speak.
gave him money with condoms full of HIV. He went and called his minister of health. They gave him money. They distributed in the hospital. What is that? That's the word I'm talking about. What is that?
Yeah, but the question is.
So the thing is, why are they blaming the white man?
Yeah, but the question is, if you look at it, when Mandela came to England, is there something?
I've never admired that man.
No. Listen, hear me out. When he came to England, listen, all of them, they came to England. When they came to England, they never be the same as they be, innit?
Yeah.
None of them ever came to England. They always change.
Yeah, they
if you look
change.
at all the government,
They get educated.
They get educated. If you look on what you call it,
Educated and initiated.
Marcus Garvey. If you even look at Marcus Garvey,
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying? Every one of them, you understand what I'm saying? There's always been a needle to stick them. There's a poison.
Yeah.
There's a sickness.
Because when they educate them, they initiate them also automatically.
It's the earth.
You understand?
That's why they
It's
put
given to
Mandela
us
in
the
prison to
wicked.
weaken him.
Yes, sir. The
You
wicked
understand?
is when they hurt.
Make him
It's so
to shape
simple
him
how
into
they
what
do
they
it.
want to shape
Of
him.
course, it might be
You know what I'm
simple.
saying?
They might be settled like a serpent. The serpent is crafty.
First
It's
they
a
teach
crafty.
you their language.
Of course.
Look,
They make their language.
Let me tell you
Of
something.
course. That's what I'm going to do.
When I was in
Somebody
Africa-
have to know your language.
When I was in Africa, let me tell you something. When I was
Speak their language. It's a
when I was
fact.
in Africa in primary school, there's some teachers they're supposed to come to the UK just for 6 months, some kind of training. My God, when they came back,
It's like they went to heaven.
you can't talk to them.
I'm looking for the book of
They're so
Job.
high.
I say I'm looking for the book of Job.
They changed the way of
I can't
talking.
find it.
They changed the way of talking.
I'm gonna go over there now, you know.
I heard you say Tony Robinson. Yeah, go. Yeah.
Raj has been stressing me out. Still.
Oh yeah, man. Go ahead.
What's he gonna be?
I think we're around. Yeah, go ahead.
Someone's gonna be trying to explain to him why Tony Robinson.
That's the problem. I mean.
I want to.
Go on. Cover. Yeah.
I was brought up a Christian, you understand? But it came to a point when I left my parents. I started making a research about.
1 second, see if we can use this way.
Content over everything. From your Benjamin.
Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to
Squirrel.
What about the camera?
Just mentioned alcohol being a problem, and they're going to go, this is where it's at. This is where it's at. Well, no, that's why before I said that, I said, as much as I love drinking alcohol,
can you confess in camera?
and I drank alcohol
Can you
yesterday,
confess why the
but
camera's
after, I drank alcohol after.
Can you confess?
I drank quite a lot
Can
of
you
alcohol
confess?
after. Confess to what? Drinking alcohol?
No,
I
being
confessed to
violent.
drinking alcohol.
Being
I
violent.
wasn't violent. I wasn't
So
violent.
you're saying
In
that-
fact, I was stood there because after that violence, which I didn't actually see,